Hello, and welcome again to Tea Time with Friends. Tonight we have a lightly roasted Earl Grey. And, no, that's not a thing. We're back with some Shadowrun. We're doing second edition this time around. We've been playing this for a while now on various systems. We thought we'd give an actual Shadowrun system a try. So we're in second edition. We are loosely playing around the Super Tuesday module with the things going on in the 2053 through 2055 timeline of Shadowrun. Jeff, who are you playing tonight?
I'm playing Gantu Praboa, a dwarven street samurai with an acumen for business and bowling and hurting folk with his hand. But mainly just the one. He has one mechanical hand and one real hand. And he basically hurts people with the mechanical one. So, yeah. That's Gantu.
He writes the paychecks with the other one.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
You call yourself a street samurai, but we found out last session when Elowen commented that you are the runner known as Gantu, the businessman. You might have blushed a little.
Yeah. I mean, that's aspirational, you know. So we'll see where we are by the end of the campaign.
All right, there we go. Chuck, who you got?
Oh, snap. I am playing Ivan, our spellcaster, and, I cast Fireball. It's easy, breezy, beautiful.
That's been pretty consistent. Through all the systems, it's been pretty consistent. Ivan sets things on fire.
Yeah.
Largely kills people because he likes to.
Yeah. Won't argue.
There's that. All right. And Jake, who you got tonight?
I will be playing Kaylee, who is a Decker Ordinaire. Sometimes she masquerades as a digital rocker girl, but most of the time she sits in a boiler room and lives vicariously through the Matrix, as an elf afflicted with ghoulism is wont to do.
There is that. So I always meant to ask, did Kaylee take a little souvenir from Scout in the form of an edible or two off of his corpse after the group?
No.
Eliminated him?
She was full. He was full of crap, so it just didn't work out.
Yeah. So a piece of him does not live on in you.
No. Well, I
You'll
mean,
be very sad.
Even if she had taken a bite, this isn't exactly living.
There you go. Fair enough. Okay, guys. So last episode, you found some things out by a contact by the name of Elowen, who is working for basically the cops cop, internal security or internal police of the tier, letting you know what's up, how you guys got drawn into this mess. A few other tidbits, as well as a warning that basically a special ops group calling themselves the Brocht Gale is working for Lofwer, a dragon, who has gotten himself a place on the tier council. It's one of the princes. And you found that one of your prior contacts, Elon the Scribe, not necessarily happy with that. They think that there is a potential coup coming up. So you got a little data dump. You were warned that the Brock Gale hasn't given up on using you, killing you, finding you, doing things with you. And that warning rang true as we ended our last session with some paramilitary folks coming down on hang gliders, Gantu's favorite, from stealth vehicles in the air, which you handily taken care of. Gotten away with a few hang gliders as well. I believe your vehicle was left slightly damaged, but in drivable condition. You were heading towards Portland, being the easiest place where you can get to a metropolitan city, where you would not stand out being non-elves. Portland is part of the tier, but only nominally so. And they use it as their traffic hub. There are a lot of non-elves as residents there. So that's where you were heading. Right. So to get there, though, you have to get out of the tier proper, this large forestland, somehow getting through any checkpoints, knowing that you are likely on somebody's radar. So we are just going to gloss over that part. We are going to say that, yes, you did in fact employ hang gliders, and Gantu was at peace and with happiness at the world for the brief moment of time it took for him to hang glide over the tier defenses so that you could enter Portland. And so
Felt
we'll
the
take
wind
up
go through his beard.
we'll take up just a little bit later after you've gotten yourself into Portland, resecured what you needed to kind of blend in, and you're in a small, crappy apartment that a lot of non-elven folks that call Portland home but don't have great jobs tend to stay in. It's right next door to a stuffer shack because, you know, they're open 24/7 and they sell guns and beer and food. So what more could you want in the high living of 2054 America? So we'll take it up there. You guys have like, what would you prefer, a middle or a top floor? Top floor would allow you to hang glide away if you needed to.
That's exactly what I was about to say. So I would prefer the top.
All right. So you guys have, we'll say 2 rooms up in the top floor, 4th floor of this crappy tenement. You've got rooftop access, which a few of the residents have taken to growing some things up here. And you also notice it's a great platform to take off of the hang glider if needed. Once you've gotten to Portland, you have access to, you know, terminals and such that you have funds. You've got a lot of funds right now, actually. But what's your play? So you've gotten in. You took a day to basically cool down, let the adrenaline settle. You found a place to lay low for a little bit. So we'll take up the conversation around the card table, crappy little card table that came with the apartment. 3 legs, with the 4th being propped up by a bunch of books. And your bowling friend, Twitchy, took a lot of damage during all that. So he's convalescing. You might have dropped him off at a hospital, maybe, street dock, something like that.
I'm sure the drain in the floor is well used there.
Quick lime in the bathtub. That's just how it goes sometimes.
That's all you need.
All right.
Well, we have murderous elves who want to kill us, and they're possibly led by a dragon who somebody wants to die for some reason.
Right. That about sums it up. Yeah. So I think I'm trying to remember. Was it you and I, Ivan, who met with Elon when we were?
Yes. And we had the magic card, and
Yeah.
yes.
No, he could have done horrible things to us then, and he didn't. So I guess that's a good thing. Maybe. So that fella, he don't like this Loftweir guy very much. So I mean, I suppose we could try to play the two off one another. Maybe enemy of my enemy's my friend type of deal.
That's the best idea I've got. I mean, we were going to go hunt down the place with the explosion, but that's,
Yeah. Bert, I have the name Lou Shorehand in my notes.
Yep. Lou Shorehand is, so there's a council of princes in the tier, but there's there's the one above all. So like there's the prince that basically holds the commanding position. That's Lou Shorehand. And he's the one that kind of wedged Loffer in as one of the princes. It was because of him that Loffer got.
Oh, okay. So Shorehand, Loftweir are tight. And then we got this Brock Guild folk trying to kill us. We got Silverblade and their internal affairs thing. I think we're on the up and up with them now. I think we're okay. So really, it's just like,
Elowin told you as much that you're square with Silverhand.
So we're good there. So that fella's off our tails. So it's really just what we want to do about these brokel, these brokels. What are we gonna do about them?
So, just a couple of other things to throw out there. As technology is also square with you now, and you've still got a suitcase full of gold ingots from them. The artifact in question, though, is in play with the Azis. You still actually don't know what it's going to be used for. You have some suspicions that it's going to be used as a weapon of some sort. But other than that, other than the Bractigale, who likely are going to be restrained within the tier boundaries, you're free and clear at this point. So really, your gang is probably going to be asking themselves, like, do we stay in this at all? I mean, that is a question you might want to consider. You don't know anything right now.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, if we know that they're not going to be chasing us down to the ends of everything, we don't even like the Northwest anymore. Like,
I mean, I miss, where we were at.
I mean, I was doing well in Detroit.
Yes. I mean, I guess it's all just a matter of if we do nothing now and go home, no one's going to be trying to kill us, but the dragon is going to get shot. Isn't a problem, though.
Right. I mean, I'm not really a political fella here. I really just, whoever's just going to let me do my business the way I want to do my business, it's kind of where Gantu's at this point. I'm also referring to myself in the third person, too. I know it's the thing.
Do what you got to.
What do you think, Kaylee?
I think we might be doomed anyway. They did those elvish assassin types do tend to be pretty tenacious. Maybe they're waiting for us at home. I don't know.
So the other thing is that whole Elon, he gave us that thing, that like drive that or whatever the account, like we pull from it. Did we pull from it? I'm trying to remember.
You pulled from it over several sessions, yeah, here and there.
Right. So, I mean, we could, I don't know, like if we're gonna do anything, I say we can reach out to old Elon, see if there's anything we can do to maybe get him to give us a hand getting these folks off our tail. We do favor him, he does favor for us, that kind of thing.
I like that idea.
We have gold for favors, so that's good.
We do have a shitload of gold.
Yeah, we really probably got to change that into something more useful.
Yeah.
It's kind of heavy too.
Yeah, less cumbersome.
I have a George Costanza wallet right now because of these things. Enormous.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's call Elon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you have essentially a message drop whenever you use the cred stick. He likes to be informed as to whether the funds are being used on a particular mission, if it has any intersection with any of his things going on. He's given you a short list of people, groups that he's interested in. And honestly, to this point, your correspondence has been, nope, just need money for this. Nothing in particular that relates to you. So what's your message?
We need the meeting. Shit's gone sideways. Things you need to know.
Okay.
Oh, mention we've got information that he'd be interested in too. He's got to use the carrot.
Yes, the carrot. Yes.
Ivan always leads with the beating of the stick before,
Yeah.
he eats the carrot as he's beating you with the stick.
It
That's
makes
just
the carrot
Ivan's
sweeter in the end.
All right. It's not much longer that you get a ping back on your pan. Very short, kind of almost tierce, saying physical meeting impossible for your safety. Virtual? ?
Sure.
Very muted. I don't know how to do that.
Oh, that's fine. I have some things that you could use to sit in on a digital meeting.
Yep.
Okay.
You've got a stuffer stack next door that you can get some virtual goggles from. And basically, you're hot seating in with Kaylee. You can see what Kaylee sees and hears. You just can't interact with the virtual environment. You're basically bystanders behind Kaylee. But yeah, you can go virtual this way. It doesn't require anything that would be essence draining from you, Ivan. You just put on some goggles. Yeah, you can go to stuffer stack next door, pick up a couple of goggles, and do that. You respond back to Elon. You're given a net address, Kaylee.
I will get into that net address.
Okay. Everybody riding along then? Got your goggles on?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
The net address is it's obscure, so there's a lot of jumps, Kaylee. As you're going through, you're noticing that Elon is taking particular safety precautions so that it's very difficult to trace this route if someone is already onto you.
And during that
several
point, I'm also going to run a sleaze program on one of the jumps to make it appear as though I came in from a different node.
Oh, even better. Which is essentially what this thing is doing. If you're running your own programs on it, it just makes it even harder. You wind up at a virtual bar. It's called the Forlorn Hope. It's got a tacky neon sign out front. It's hot pink on a black background. The virtual environment is a cloudy, rainy day. Feels very much like a back-end street in Seattle.
Cool. I'm going to stroll up to that bar in my cheap Halloween ninja costume.
Yeah, so that's your icon. Gantu and Ivan are just basically like silhouette backgrounds behind you because they don't have avatars.
But yeah, I'll enter in and I'll take a gander around to see if anybody looks suspiciously wealthy and standoffish.
In a virtual environment like this, you can often tell that by how high resolution their avatars are. It takes a lot of money and it takes a lot of processing power to look good in virtual space. You do not look good in virtual space, Kaylee.
No.
Yeah, you're an 8-bit character in modern video game. There are a lot of very slick looking avatars around. You do know the name of this bar since you do visit the Shadow Web quite frequently. Forlorn Hope is kind of a runner's bar. People come here to hire talent, to do bookings, and to get paid after things are done. Forlorn Hope is always difficult to get to unless you've gotten an address like you were provided with. You've yourself never been here before. But Elon is in the corner with a wooden mug. He tips it to you as you come in. And Elon looks exactly like Elon. His digital representation is perfect. It's like a hologram.
Well, that's not exactly, keeping things low key, but I suppose I'll just sit here next to you and gab about some of the stuff we've been going through.
He does some movements with his hand, and like a kind of a barrier is in place over your booth. A little privacy screen off. So he kind of leans back. He does pixelate a little bit. So you have some information you wish to share, and you say you need a favor. Well, let's start with the favor. What is it I can do for you?
Lafweir's assassin hit squad pretty much wants us dead. They chased us in a stealth bomber sort of thing, only instead of bombs it had guys with guns and hang gliders. They're currently dead in the forest. There's no reason to think there won't be more. If that could just kind of go away, that'd be great.
That is a small problem, as the forces you're describing are Lofwer's personal special forces. It seems they wish you dead, which is an easy thing to get out of. We just merely kill you, in a sense. So tell me, you say you left bodies behind. Is there any ambiguity to knowing Ivan's penchants for blowing things up? Is it possible that you died out there?
Actually, yeah. I mean, there was an explosion. Lots of body parts with tracers were blown all over the place. I mean, yeah. So, my bad.
Interesting. Well, Silverblade will likely be, his forces will likely be deployed there then to deal with the mess. I'm not seeing any reports come across my desk yet, so it is unlikely anyone has actually reported it. Here's what I can do, Kaylee, if you're interested. I'm going to need a genetic sample from each of you, something that I can have spare in place at the scene.
No, yeah, hair. We've got hair, so that's good. I'll get some from the top of Gantu's head. I'm sure.
And with some magics, I can make it seem reasonable enough that you have expired. Now, they do have fairly deep dossiers on you. So taking up your life again afterwards will require a little bit of chicanery. Gantu's businesses will have to fall to whoever his executor of his will is declared to be the new owner, I suppose. Perhaps some new identities and sins will need to be worked up, but I can help with that. Funding and contacts, if nothing else. I do owe you a bit of a favor. This seems to be something I can do for you. As far as calling them off, I'm afraid that's not really possible. They're not forces under my control.
Okay. Oh boy.
But
okay.
Really, if all they require is your death, that's fairly easy to handle.
Well, we're still not entirely sure, or at least I'm not. I've been day drinking a lot lately, and I'm not entirely sure why they want us dead. Our part in the whole thing has pretty much come to an end. We had the thing that we were supposed to get. Actually, we got a thing that we weren't supposed to get, but we gave that away. And we've been trying to find out who was responsible for getting the thing out in the first place. But we're kind of stumped on that front. And
so Gantu and Ivan can talk to Kaylee, but Kaylee has to interpret anything you say because you don't physically exist in the virtual. You just can see and hear what she does. All right. So likely, Lofwer doesn't like loose ends, especially agents that are not beholden to him in a almost religious fanaticism. I would imagine he sees this as just a cleanup in case things were heard that could come back later. If any of his plans were to unravel from his short-sightedness of ending a hired crew, it's not something he would allow. I expect it's simply that.
So if I offer to work for him at a discount, would that maybe get us be cool?
If you are, what's the saying on the streets? Never deal with a dragon. If you are the kind of runner that doesn't adhere to some very smart words, I suppose you could. I could give you a contact that could make its way to Lofwer. It would then expose the fact that you're still alive, of course, and making any possibility of us prematurely ending you off the table.
Yeah, it's just the other two guys I'm more concerned about than myself. They've got a nice thing going. They've got nice lives, a nice business setup, some enterprises in the works, that sort of thing. And, I don't know, it just seems kind of jerkish to let a dragon just say, nah.
It's up to you. I can give you a contact that you can get a word to Lofwer's organization if that's what you would like to do. Would, of course, tip your hand. Would they follow you outside the bounds of the tier? Likely, yes. Likely, yes. Lawford is not opposed to working extraterritorially when he has a whim.
Yeah. I'll discuss it with the others in Meat Space. I will take that contact, by the way, just in case we go through with it.
Data
Fang?
packet comes over your pan as he has an old school piece of parchment that he pushes over to you, which is just digital data, really.
Yeah, I'll roll that up and I'll stick it in my offline storage. And yeah, so thanks for the help. Sorry for the shenanigans. Frankly, I'm done dealing with the man from here on out for the rest of my life. But, things happen. So if we ever do meet again, I'll be sure to give you a candy bar.
He kind of nods with a quirky smile and says, I understand that you working for me has led to some disappointment and problems on your side. I will remind that it was your
I'll tell you about the
team
time
breaking
my
into
boyfriend
my
helped me set up a
establishment that
subnet
led to
encrypt.
this.
It's just not even a problem.
But you'll find that I've added a hefty bonus upon that cred chip that you're free to draw on from this point out as a token of my consideration of your problems.
Right on. Well, I'll let us both get back to Meat Space. Thanks for the time. Have a good time being above everybody else on the planet.
It is quite enjoyable.
Yeah, I'll bet it is.
While you're in here, make me, let's see. Actually, just make me a perception check.
Okay. Skills. Oh boy, I don't have perception. Oh gosh, where's the skills table at?
Perception is not a skill; it's
Oh.
derived
From.
I believe it is intelligence. Is there not a button for it on your?
There is willpower, but I'm not seeing
Willpower.
perception. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just roll your willpower pool.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's what it's derived from. I do not want to check right now, so we will say yes.
And it is did not roll for me. Oh, what's the target number?
4.
Oh boy.
Success. Okay. Given the nature of the bar, you're paranoid enough that you may take it either way, but someone has tried to attach a file to your avatar, basically a tracer.
Mm-hmm.
It was well done, but you caught it. Could simply be that someone is trying to keep track of new talent through here, or depends on how paranoid you are, Kaylee.
I'll go back to where I had sleazed out the previous node, and then that's where I'm going to try to deal with the tracker.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. The tracker's representation is basically just like the old gag of like the kick me sign on your back.
Oh, well.
So you take the sign off and you wad it up and destroy the digital data before you get back.
Yeah.
All right, so guys pop back into the crappy little tenement that you're in.
Oh, this place smells awful.
Yes,
Makes your
yes,
mouth
it
water,
does.
Kaylee.
Yeah. Twitchy's over there bleeding up a nice meal. Good Lord.
I mean, if you're hungry.
I'll wait till he's dead.
Okay.
All right. So there's our two options. Fake.
I get what you're saying. I'm picking up on what
Yeah,
you're putting.
resist.
So we have two options: fake our deaths, adopt new identities, or try to make a deal with the dragon. As far as I can see.
I've met the dragon before. He saved me.
Uh,
Well,
I met some ghouls before. They ate my boyfriend and then rendered me blind and with ghoulism. That was horrible.
So it sounds like I got the better deal.
Yeah, I would
It
say
sounds like
it's,
don't make a deal with ghouls.
yeah, exactly. Dealing with ghouls is literally impossible.
Well, yeah,
So that dragon that we tangled with that one time, that ain't the same one as Loft Weir, and that's a different one, right? I'm not trying to be racist or nothing. I don't really. They all change their forms and such, and that one tried to kill me, so I don't really like that one very much.
so it tried to kill you and it saved me.
Yeah. I was just talking politely to it. I remember starting to come back now. Well,
I don't know how. I mean, you're the one with the most to lose here.
I mean, I have set up an heir by the name of Simon Garfunkel for various funds that I have accrued, properties and such. Garfunkel being one of my fallback names. I mean, I don't know how secure it is yet, though, but maybe Kaylee can kind of take a look at that kind of stuff for me. But I was piecing it together, just in case. Hanging out with the crew. I figured something like this might happen someday. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to go tangle with no dragon. They hurt.
They make more fire than I do.
That's always dangerous right there.
It is.
And they have far more lawyers than you do. That's really the hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we tangle with them, I'm more likely to lose everything I have than if I just go ahead and pretend to be dead and leave it to myself or just liquidate everything or whatever.
As long as we don't go to the wherever it was, Bahamas or.
Yeah, I don't want to go back there.
I guess let's be dead.
All right, we'll need hair, and we'll send it to a contact. And I'll pull up the contact's information on my computer and get ready to contact some people.
All right, so you want to take his offer then to do that because he did offer to help you with establish your your new sins.
Right.
Right. If he can get them established, well, wait, it'd probably look kind of weird then if I change who everybody is. Maybe they can do something with the Simon Garfunkel identity that I've been kind of cooking up so that everything kind of falls on Simon. That makes sense? Okay.
Well,
Okay,
what we do is Simon Garfunkel inherits the place. Then some ruffians trash it. And then he sells to somebody who can prevent that from happening in the future.
Okay. I mean, Ivan and I, we had like a plan at some point to like just torch the place and collect insurance, but that works too. That works too.
I knew it. That was Gantu's plan all along. Make a change of bowling alleys, and then they all just get lit up one night on the same night, and he collects all the insurance.
I mean, the best friends, Ivan. What the hell did you expect? To be honest,
It's a planned perfect game.
All right, Kaylee. So if you fire off a message to Elon accepting his help, he says he will send you a courier to collect whatever genetic samples and the names that you want to be known as. If you have priors, like Gantu's got a prior he wants to use, he will work up sins that will pass any scrutiny.
Heck yeah.
All right. So you send that off. He tells you that someone will contact you. Where do you want to meet them?
Stuffer Shack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give the address to the Stuffer Shack. Yeah, they'll meet you tomorrow around noon at the Stuffer Shack. They say you'll recognize the courier. It's just all that's left.
Excellent. Well, new round of cards then, I suppose.
It's been a little bit of time getting your photo identification, how you want to look on your new sins databases and all that done. But assuming you want to do nothing else tonight, all right. In the morning,
Good,
yeah, around noon at the Stuffer Shack. Probably there a little bit earlier than you, unless you wanted to scope it out ahead of time. Is Elowen? She's there on her dirt bike. Pulls off her helmet. She's already sitting on a bench. She has gotten order a soy cough and some muffins, and she's just enjoying the morning, and she's waiting for you guys to show up. Pats the bench next to her. Dontu, have a seat.
well, hello. I thought we might have been done before, but okay. All right. Okay, you did say we might recognize the person. Okay. Well, hello. Good morning. Afternoon. Hey. Hi.
It is a good morning. And hello. Yes, I'm an official courier for the princes. And she actually pulls out. I mean, you don't know tier policing or politics or anything, but she puts out a very official looking badge showing that she is a courier for the tier. I am supposed to pick up some items from you.
Yeah, that's it. That's right. Kaylee? Kaylee?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
there
I was seeing if they were putting out some fresh hot dogs. But here, there's a box with hair in it.
Oh, lovely. She puts it in a secure carrier pouch. Anything else for me?
Yeah, here's candy bar. I think you've done a good job. This is for you.
Oh, I do have a sweet tooth. Puts it in her top pocket, zips it, pats it. Thank you. This is for you. Hands you a card. She's it might be a tier thing, might be a her thing, but she's really big about handing out these like old style business cards, very nice paper. This has got a net address on it. You can get your identifications in 24 hours from here. You'll also find that Elon has booked you flights to wherever you wish to go. There's a number of flights booked in the names on these passports. Just check the one you wish to take.
Okay.
Easy peasy.
Okay. New lives. Look at that. Fresh start. Happy ending. I mean, nothing. It's like I think we're home clear.
This is smooth sailing from
Right?
here on out.
Yeah. Nothing could possibly go wrong, right?
Nothing.
Yeah.
She looks like while you're all saying this, she's got like a little frown crease between her eyebrows. She's like, well, I hope so. Yes.
Don't
Right.
like
What do you mean hope?
No, nothing specific. I have friends doing jobs similar to what I'm doing for you right now, working for all of the different princes of the tiers. And as you can imagine, we get together and we chat, sharing information here and there. I don't know what Elon, short of getting you new passports, is doing for you. I can suspect, knowing that this is genetic material. But the Brock Gale are, well, they're tapping sources to find out what happened out in the forest. Sparren has taken over the investigation once the bodies were reported, and I believe him and Elon have something working out there. But the Brock Gale and Lofwer don't seem to be just letting things lie. So I'm hoping the plan works out well for you.
Crap.
Right. Like you
Well, if Elon has anything to do with it, he's very good at what he does. I mean, some say he's 300-400 years old. To live that long in the circle of politics that he plays in, one has to be very shrewd and very good at what they do.
All right, so if he's really good at what he does and getting these, identities, like, yeah, we got nothing to worry about. Okay, good. You had us going there for a second. Okay, whew, make a guy nervous.
She still has a little bit of a frown between her trash. Just be careful. Just be careful. Is all I have to say.
Okay, yeah, fair. You too. Got to be difficult work.
Of course.
Yeah.
So she puts her helmet back on, gets her leathers back on, and she says, "So I won't know who you will be after today, but you have my card. Reach out sometime." She's completely ignoring the other two of you. She just got focused on Don.
Yes, ma'am. We will. We'll be in touch. I'm sure. We'll probably do some work at some point. Yeah, wouldn't mind. Okay.
I think she likes you, man.
I think if you take her up on the offer, the elves will kill us all.
See, both of you, both of you just provided me very conflicting pieces of feedback right there. Very difficult to figure out exactly what to do with that now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're basically, you can do whatever you want at this point, but your passports, your new identifications, and several flights out to, you're not exactly sure where yet, will all arrive in 24 hours if you log on to that PAN address there, Kaylee. But until then, got 24 hours in Portland, where, by the way, you have no official ID, you have no passports. You're loaded with money as long as you can get to a system that will, use your creds. And if I remember right, you definitely have Elon's, which is not traceable. It's not tied to any particular account. You guys do have your own send accounts, like your actual bank accounts. Actually, no, you probably don't, actually, because when you came here, you were coming here for a stealth mission. So you probably didn't bring anything that would tie you to your real sins. Because if you do have I think all of you actually have real sins at this point. Although I think Kaylee has a fake one that she uses mostly.
Well, the real one got confiscated by technology.
Yeah. Okay. So you do have to at least not get arrested in the next 24, and you'll be all right.
I mean, we can go and wait in the room for 24 hours, but in my experience, the longer we stay stationary, the easier it is to find us. Or we could go with the tried and true classic of hiding in the sewers for the next day.
I mean, for old time's sake? Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's the Northwest. We're used to Northwestern sewers.
We are. We've spent too much time in them.
Very soggy, these places.
Very soggy. Eat more bran.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's So is that the plan? You want to go underground for a little bit and just hide out?
I guess.
Very literally,
All right.
we will go underground.
Yeah, so you knew the Seattle sewers fairly well because you actually had some backup bases in there. You guys had scoped it out a little bit. Portland sewers, not so much. I'm also taking it that you probably left Twitchy just in the room. Are you going to take Twitchy with you?
I mean, he would get an infection.
We can't have open wounds in the sewer. That's a bad plan.
Do you want a doggy bag, Kaylee?
Yeah, they shot both of your legs clean off. I do not know what happened. Ignore the bite marks.
Fragmented rounds just tore them right off.
Just more excuse to get more cyber. That's all.
True. We'll leave him in the room. And then we'll check to see if he's still there and alive in 24 hours. And if he is, we'll take him with us.
That sounds like a plan. I think that
That's
that
very
works.
fair.
I think that's very prudent. That's a
works.
very down the line, covering all bases type of deal. Yeah.
It's thoughtful and smart.
You'll even leave him with his gun and a bullet.
I tell you what, because I
A
like
bullet.
you so much, Twitchy. Here's
the one.
2.
God.
In case you miss your own brain pan with the first, here's another.
I mean, he is twitchy, so.
Okay. So yeah, is that the plan? You're just gonna pop up a manhole cover and go underground?
We'll do it in the back alley or something. Not super obvious.
Okay. Yeah. You guys pop open a manhole lid, you go down. It's disgusting. Portland's a portside town, so the water level
Suspicious
here
diets flowing through here.
a little bit higher. You knowing how the sewer systems work in Seattle, you figure it's got to be the same down here. There's got to be like a junction area where maintenance stuff is kept and it's a little drier, a little bit more fortified. You'll find some like concrete rooms down here. That's what you've used before. It's very rare that utility workers have to come down, so those are usually pretty good places to set up a base. This it's second nature setting up a base. So you start going down and figuring, it's probably going to be in that direction there. There's wider ramps there, so you're heading out. And oddest thing, Kaylee, one of your beats, you start hearing just kind of the low strains of one of your beats coming through in the air. You're the first one to catch it since your hearing's probably a little bit better than the rest. But then soon enough, the rest of you hear just a cranking stereo system somewhere down here. One of Kaylee's beats is just pounding along the walls.
I'll hold my pan out from behind a corner to take a look around.
Okay. There is chalk marks that are luminescent, I guess you would say. And so they glow a little bit, and they're in like pastel pinks and neon greens, and they're arrows. There's a lot of graffiti. It says "Party This Way." And in your camera shot, you can see further on that there's a lot of it's a lot of moving of neon colored and just splashes of light. Like there's a dance club down there. That's what it looks like to Kaylee.
Some very important reconnaissance needs to be conducted, I think, along that way. I'll be back in 18 hours.
Kaylee's got to get her fix. She's been drug free for the last 24.
Sewers aren't so bad. There's no blinding sunlight. There's subterranean parties with suspicious characters. It could be fun.
Not what I was expecting. I mean, do we go and lay low in an underground dance bar for the day?
I mean, what else are we gonna do? So, I said okay.
Okay.
maybe a donkey show or something. I don't know.
Maybe it's one of those
It's an experience that Gantu will never forget.
Never.
It was very formative.
It caught me by surprise.
So you guys going to head down? Yeah. So it's the kind of the concrete block that you're walking on widens up a little bit more, and the effluvia is just smaller channel. It even doesn't smell that bad this way. And you're starting to see here and there discarded furniture, like lazy boy recliners and beanbag chairs, just stuff that's been patched up and duct taped over, or just kind of lining the place. definitely hear music playing now. Kaylee, your song's ended, and some orc thrash metal starts up. It's just a crowd of young, like teenagers, some maybe just barely teenagers. It's the punk scene. Like you're seeing a lot of neon hair, a little bit of augmentation here and there. There's like just little tables of drugs being wheeled around. There's a lot of alcohol. Someone had taken several like 50-gallon drums, laid some planks across it. There's like an impromptu bar set up and just a killer stereo system. There's speakers everywhere. It's a very young crowd. One of the guys, his kind of was, you almost didn't notice him as his attire blended into this crappy, cheap lazy boy that he was sunk into. He turns around, and this bright blue mohawk kind of lights up, changes colors, flickers here and there. He kind of looks at you, squints, puts on a pair of sunglasses. Yeah. Hey, you hit a raidus or something? Is this a bust? You're a little old to be down here.
Yeah, I need all the drugs on that table over there right now.
Oh, so like, hey, like, are you with the police or something? Like undercover?
Well, yeah, but that
Wow,
doesn't matter,
I
does it?
dig the paleness. Like you're luminous in the dark. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. So
Help yourself to the drugs.
Thank you.
Kaylee just goes over to the cart and just sticks her face in it. No, really, guys, are you like trying to roust us? I mean,
No, man.
normally we pay to find out if like we're going to be busted ahead of time so we can move along. I mean, I think we're paid up.
It's fine. We're not 5-0. We're just old people and have boring jobs.
Hey.
He's a
Couple-
teenager.
Couple of
Everyone-
us are old. I'm young at heart.
That's
Come on
true.
now.
He's very young at heart. But we got fired from a really lame, 9 to 5 desk jobs, and we're needing a place to like let loose and hide from our angry wives for the next 24 hours. So we're going to do that here.
Yeah, that's right.
Make me like an etiquette or a leadership role. Either one will do if you've got either one under charisma.
Sure. I mean, okay. Where are skills at? Skills, come back here. I have etiquette, sure.
Okay. It's a 3. It's a difficulty. Not very high.
I got 1.
Oh wow, that's like a real lame story, man. But yeah, I mean, at least I know you're not 5-0. Man,
Yeah.
that's an old way of calling it. Yeah, I mean, because they're not allowed to lie to us. You got to tell
They
us
are
if you're
not.
lying and all.
It's absolutely true. Police cannot lie.
Yeah, I think I'm wrong in that now. Hearing that coming from you, but hey, man, if you want to just like hang, the party's just raging until like we get raided. So enjoy.
Okay.
Kaylee, make me a body test.
Oh boy.
I'm expecting Kaylee shows no restraint since it's been a bit since she's been able to get high.
So what's the target number?
Target number is going to be a 4. Good drugs.
Holy moly.
Oh wow, look at that. Okay, well apparently not that good. Kaylee's had better. Kaylee's had pharmaceutical grade.
I've had veterinarian grade.
That's true. Yeah, you're feeling good, Kaylee. Yeah, I mean, you're not totally out of your mind, but you're feeling good. Takes the edge off. In this guys that you have, you're not going to be known as Kaylee the video star because you
Yeah.
use an avatar when you do that.
Which
But
is
yeah, it's
fine.
your kind of music at least. It's pumping everywhere. And again, I mean, everyone here is fairly young. Yeah, you guys stand out because of that.
Yeah, you know what we ought to do, guys? We ought to do a terror attack on the Terran gear. We ought to blow up, shoot fireballs at like stuff all the other princes own, and then leave them all a note that says, "This is Lofweir's fault. Get him to back off, or we're gonna keep going. We'll start
Simply
a war,
because of
and we'll win."
Kaylee's because of Kaylee's age, a lot of people are like, yeah, this is what we call a false flag. I think she's a plant. I mean, yeah, people are like just nodding on, but as soon as they're able to, they kind of walk away, they wander away. I haven't
Candy
got to.
asses
What do you
don't know
guys
how
do?
to stand up to the man these days.
I'm going to
It's a pretty relaxed environment, despite the like really loud, very aggressive music that's being pumped. Everybody here is just pretty laid back. There's a lot of these like crappy chairs everywhere. People are just lounging on. Excessive use of drugs and alcohol. No creds are changing hands. Just people are just grabbing alcohol, taking drugs off trays.
Usually these things, so much drug and booze takes creds. But you know what? We're laying low for a day. I'm going to find a nice drink in the comfy chair and just watch.
Okay.
Keep my eyes peeled.
Go up to the bar. They've got pretty crappy liquor, but they've got beer and they've got liquor.
Just give me a bottle of vodka and I'll be okay.
Somebody passes you a bottle of vodka.
Okay.
Bottom shelf vodka.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it plastic?
Not even rail vodka, bottom shelf vodka.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
label is actually called "It's Russian" with a question mark.
That's my favorite brand.
I can believe it's not vodka.
It's the same thing that my accent is referred to as. I'll go sit.
Yeah, you find a beanbag, you just kind of collapse into it. Gantu, how about yourself?
Is there like anyone here like doing anything active? Is there any kind of
Dancing.
Like,
It's a lot of
Oh.
dancing,
I'm up in that.
mosh pitting.
Hell, what? Hell yeah! I'll take the shirt off. I'll go bare chested into that stuff, please.
Punching 14-year-olds through walls.
Tell me I'm old. Get ready for this, fella. Woo. And I'll just take a running leap. I'll try to hang glide into it, even though I don't have a hang glide.
All right, Gantu, you stick yourself into the mosh pit. There are there are a couple of other dwarves around. All again, adolescent, teen. But yeah, you enjoy yourself. You go flailing about. I mean, unless you're really trying to hurt people.
I'm not trying to hurt people. I'm okay if I do, but I'm not trying to hurt anyone.
That seems to be the general thought. People are flailing around. They're making sure not to actually pound anyone, but there's, you're getting shoved and knocked into each other, and it's all just a good time. You got any kind of performance skills?
Do I have performance skills? No, I don't. I don't have
Okay.
any. I've got leadership and unarmed combat, and yeah, I got nothing that would work.
Okay. Let's see. Let's default then.
I got athletics. That's the closest thing, probably.
You got athletics. That's
Yeah.
close enough. So that's just going to be. It's just going to make it too harder. Okay. Go ahead and make me an athletics test.
Okay. Target.
TN is 4.
Okay.
So
Okay.
succeeding means you're not going to really hurt anybody.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
fail, you're going to really hurt somebody.
Hey man.
Oh, no problem.
Oh man, I got an 11.
Baby bumps. Yeah, as you're just enough to be noticed. You're in there. You've probably heard this kind of music as Kaylee blast it all the time too. May not be your thing, but loud, it's aggressive, it's fast, and Gantu just kind of loses himself in the moment. Ivan's got a bottle of potentially Russian vodka, just drinking, and Kaylee is trying to foment rebellion as she's getting coked up, all kinds of drugs. Awesome. So I think Kaylee is the one that needs to roll this. Kaylee, give me a luck check. 100, D100. Just tell me high or low.
High.
Okay, that's low. All right. So you guys are just enjoying the party. You're questioned every once in a while, like, whose dad are you? But for the most part, you're left alone. You, Ivan, just don't understand. It's all low grade stuff, but this is still a lot of new yen worth of money down here, and there's nothing moving hands. So yeah, you're just questioning that a little bit as you're enjoying your bottom of the shelf vodka. Kayla, you made the roll, but I'm thinking you're probably too out of your mind to be the one to notice. So we'll say it's gone to after taking a little break. You're sweaty, got a big old grin on your face. Folks at one point, folks were like cheering you on as you were really going at it on the floor. Taking a break to get a little bit of water. You notice there's some light beams coming down back the way that you came. Like flashlights, kind of crisscrossing, moving around. Looks like several of them.
Do I see that fella that we spoke to when we first came here?
He's still there. Apparently, he's kind of the greeter.
Hey, Romeo. Y'all getting ready?
Hold on. He puts the sunglasses on. That's better. Rated.
May.
Hold on. Let me check my pan. Oh shit! What time is it?
I will tell him if. Do I have? I mean,
yeah,
you probably saw my pan. Yeah, I was at my pan and everything. So yeah, I would tell him.
Oh shit! Like we're due to be rated like any minute now. Like I'm not sure how I missed that.
Kaylee,
pass the word. Hey, it's raid time, guys. Cut the music. Party's got to move. Yeah, go ahead. You're trying to find Kaylee and Ivan.
Kaylee and Ivy. Yeah, I'm looking for Kaylee and Ivy. Kaylee and Ivan. There we go.
Yep. The kids are like starting to kick the sofas and chairs over into the sewer water, like the bar and the 50-gallon drums. Actually, some of them just like hop on the 50-gallon drums. They use some of the wood on the bar to kind of just row themselves down the sewer line. It's like they're good at this. Like they do it often. So like everything gets kicked into the sewer. The rest of them just start scattering forward. Kaylee, you're in the middle of trying to extol the virtues of overthrowing the monarchy while everyone around you starts like, oh, time to go.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to do it. Hey, guys, revolution. Let's go.
Who comes up behind you?
No, it's time to go.
Exactly. Let's go.
No, like, leave. We're getting raided by police, and last thing we want is to get arrested in a place where everyone wants to kill us.
And we
crap,
don't
I got
have
drugs
no
on me.
papers.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
We ain't got no ixnay on the ID thing or something. I don't know Pig Latin, but I don't got none. We got to go.
Yeah.
Gantu's like naked from the waist up, and he's got like glow paint like in streaks all over him from rubbing up against people.
It's a lot of fun though.
That's a good look. You should keep that, by the way.
This is bowling alleys are gone. It's going to be underground clubs. That's going to be the new venture.
That sounds like a good deal.
Oh man, yeah.
Well, we gotta go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah.
All right. So Ivan, make me a body check. Let's see how much of that vodka you've been drinking. Gantu has been drinking sparingly, if any. So Gantu's fine.
What's my TN?
You had a whole bottle, so 4.
So it's fine. I've got this. Everything's okay.
Barely, it is okay. You're definitely buzzed, but you are not completely smashed.
Okay.
So the vast amount of the kids are just heading further down to the tunnel. They've basically killed all of their light sources. You just see like a little bit of the glow strips moving. Basically, some of them, like I said, are riding the 50-gallon drums down the sewer way. Some of them are just finding ladders and climbing out to the streets above. What is your exit?
I mean, I think we get with a group of these kids and just push past them, and then all we got to do is run faster than them.
It's
And then
true. It's bear tactics. I like. Let us do.
They ain't gonna outrun me, so let's just get up with them. So find a group of them that look like they know what they're doing, get involved with them, and just
Sure.
sort of use them as kind of cover as we get out.
You find a group that looks like they're less panicked than everyone else. Like they're not even moving very fast. And some of them are counting the ladders as they go by. Yeah, one of them is, you were in the mosh pit with for a little while. His name's Greg. Yeah. Greg's
Greg.
pretty solid dude,
Hey, Greg, man, which way we go? It's our first raid. Where we going?
We're cool. We're cool. They were paid off. I mean, they're gonna catch some of the kids in the rear who don't know what they're doing. They're just gonna get a slap on the wrist. We just, it's all right. Stick with me. Come on. We're counting
man.
4, 5. Right here. This is where we're going up.
Okay. Up.
My dad owns this warehouse. It's all cool. We're gonna pop out into a warehouse.
Wait
what-
a second.
so-
Who's your dad?
My dad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
who's your dad?
He kind of looks shocked that you don't know him. You don't know my dad?
He's been
he owns,
drinking a lot.
I've been drinking a lot.
He's like the shipping magnate here, man. Like he owns all these warehouses and he does like all the deliveries on the. Yeah, I mean it's his warehouse. Shimantu? I mean, come on.
Does that name?
Oh,
ring a
you
bell?
guys aren't from here, are you? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your accent. Where are you guys from?
Oh, Russia. For me.
He looks down at your vodka. So that's funny with the question mark too, right?
It
Yeah.
is. Yes.
Oh, come on. We got to. We'll talk later. Let's get out of here.
Do I recognize the name?
Pulls down. You might. Let's see. Why don't you give me, if you have any special skills and intelligence for business, you can roll that. If not, it's just going to default to intelligence. Gantu can do the same. I don't know if you took a skill in business, Gantu.
No, no, nothing like that.
Okay.
What was my TN?
What's the default to? You said
Intelligence.
It's going to default to intelligence. If you don't have a particular skill in business, it's going to be a 4, 3 otherwise. Oh my!
I do great. You do great. We both do
my
Oh
great.
wow!
look at that.
We know things.
Okay, Kaylee's smashed, so she's not really even thinking at all. She's just kind of bumbling around. Okay, here's what we're going to do, guys. Since you lived in Seattle for quite a while, right? And this isn't very far from where you lived, so you had some rumors, and that's really all you know. Yeah, he's the guy that owns basically the where all the goods are, loaded and unloaded through here. He owns all the warehouses where things are stored. He makes a good amount of money just on storing items. He's also known as like the smuggler king, right? So he's the guy that can get whatever you want, no matter how legal it is, in or out of the borders. This is the guy.
Okay. When all this settles down, we're gonna need to get maybe Greg to introduce us to his dad. Maybe
I
that.
think so. I mean, we do still have a fucking suitcase full of gold.
Yeah. I mean, don't say that too.
Yeah,
loud.
don't share it. Yeah, they'll just kill us and take it. But
They ain't gonna kill us, but I mean they'll get hurt in the process. But yeah, we should make a connection there.
I like a lot.
Greg goes up first, and he has a key. There's actually a padlock on the side that he kind of pops open. Say, oh, come on in, guys. Puts down his hand, helps out Gantu, Ivan. 4 of his buddies are there too. Afterwards, he puts the lid back down and he's like, hey, give me a hand. And he moves like a crate over the top of the sewer lid. Just in case. They're not supposed to come up here, but you never know who's not on the payroll. Right?
Hey, who is it that we're actually getting raided by? I never just general
There's the
authorities.
police.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean, the drugs that were down there are not exactly legal, and I mean, underage folks like us, we got a curfew in this town. We can't be out but so late. Yeah, it would just, some of
Okay.
those kids are going to spend a night in jail, but it's character building.
Yeah, sure. But I ain't like, it's just your average authority. It's just cops, right? Nothing special.
Yeah, some of them are on the take, some of them are paid, some of them are not. So it's always good to just assume that some of them are straight.
Yeah. We knew a cop once. He wasn't good at it, and not we're talking about now, but he dead now. But it happens.
Yeah. Hey, come on back. And he turns on the lights, and you guys are in a warehouse, but it's kind of been set up almost like a adolescent play den. There's air hockey tables. There's some old school arcade cabinets. He's got this big U-shaped sofa with this gigantic screen for the Tridio set up. Kaylee will probably notice right away that he's got a very strong net connection in here as well.
Smuggler King. Probably not good to be poking around too much in his system, just in case we need him. And I get caught.
Yeah. Oh, hey guys. So what did you introduce yourself as, Gantu?
Yeah.
Doggy, no.
Should
down.
we be introducing ourselves with the new identities?
We are supposed to be dead right now.
Right, he wouldn't call himself Gantu, but I just wasn't sure. Would we use our new identities already? You think?
Garfunkel's in Portland.
Yeah, we should use some. I'll tell you what. While we're all down there today on the lam, I want to use the secret code name Chuck.
Good Russian name.
Very Russian.
Okay. You can call me Fleetwood.
I like it.
Mackenzie Fleetwood.
Oh.
Just yay.
I'll be.
How about Kaylee? What's Kaylee going by?
I'll be Judy Mitchell.
Judy Mitchell. All right. It's so Fleetwood. Is that like a clan name? Like you?
Yes.
That's cool. I mean, I'm down with the dwarves. I got a great, few friends, and just hadn't heard that clan name before. That's cool.
I was from back east, man.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Hey, drinks. He pours out good vodka. Just pouring the ales.
Thank you, Greg. I feel so weird.
Yeah,
I feel so weird. We're like middle-aged dudes hanging out with high school kids.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Freshman's
like
like,
this
hey,
guy
you guys want some
maybe
booze?
he's maybe older at 16.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look, you guys can flop here if you want until daylight. I'm fine with that. I'm gonna take a shower and get some of this funk off me. Hey, was it a good party? It's the first one I sponsored, man. Did you guys have a good time?
It's a blast.
You did
It
great,
was
Greg. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, I got to make a survey thing or something. So, hey, it's just a thing. Some of us that are blessed with, well-to-do parents, we kind of hold these raves every once in a while. Gotta, the rules here are stupid, man. We can't even go outside after 10. And the drug laws totally crap, man. I mean, you can't do anything fun here.
I mean, you can do it. You just can't do it, out
You
in
just-
the open.
You can't get
Oh
caught.
yeah, I suppose like technically you're right. I can do anything I want to. I mean, I can put a bullet in somebody's brain, but then there's the repercussions and all kind of suck. I mean, that's the big thing. And we're not hurting anybody in the sewers. We can get blasted as we want. We can play our music as loud as we want. It's all good. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to hurt people, Greg? Is that
No, that's not my game, man. No, I'm a
Okay.
pacifist. I'm more of a partier than a fighter, man. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
my dad, it's my dad, he takes me to the gun range all the time. He's telling me about, how I got to defend myself. And then one day this will all be mine. And I'm going to have to put a cap in an ass now and then. I'm just not about that. I'm just not about that, man. I just want to spread the love. I would just, all this money. I mean, I can't spend all this money in my lifetime, man. I got to share it. Got to spread it out.
Yes, you do. That what you should do? Investments, See, I've been throwing around this idea. You ever thought about franchising these little underground clubs here? Because I got a nose for this kind of business. I mean, we can go beyond just the Portland area. We can set it up and very Eugene, maybe up in Seattle, perhaps. We can find a couple different. We can make it a whole thing. What do you think, man?
Make me either a negotiation would be primary or a leadership role, which would be a little harder.
I do actually have negotiation. So
yeah, you're speaking his language, man. He's a businessman at heart.
What's my target?
Let's see. It would be his. Ooh, it's actually not. It's a 4. Okay. Mostly, you have to catch his interest.
Okay. I got 2.
Oh wow. Hey man, that sounds great. I mean, I'm just like building my cred right now. I'm getting the name out.
Yeah.
I really got to think of like a brand as well. I mean, tonight was just like the trial. We got a good head count tonight. We did everything right. We paid off the police. We made sure that we had lookouts. Oh, dude, that guy on the sofa was way late in giving us the warning, though. I mean, I got to find a better guy.
Got to get better people. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Yeah.
Can I pick your brains? I need a brand. And I like the idea of spreading this out past our boundaries here because this city is lame, man.
You're right. It is, man. Them curfew. Yeah, you got that right, man. Absolutely. I got, I have experience with such a thing. I would be glad to lend whatever advice I could have. This sounds like, if you want to get out from underneath the shadow of your father, who's got this.
Man, I would like nothing better than to have like my own business that doesn't have to do with like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Most of the drugs came from my dad and, he smuggles them in and all, but I mean, that's cool. But I don't like the idea of having to put caps in people every once in a while. I mean, let me tell you, like most kids have memories of going fishing with his dad. You know what my first memory of fishing with my dad was? Dropping a guy into the harbor with cement shoes. I mean, man, I'm gonna have to pay for therapy later on when I really think about that.
But when our business here takes off and does national acclaim, you're gonna have plenty of money for all that therapy you need.
Oh, Fleetwood, I like what you said. Let me look. I got to get this funk off me, Fleetwood. And then we'll talk, man. We'll talk. Yeah. Hey, there's a coffee machine back there. My dad smuggled in some good coffee beans.
I like real coffee. Okay. All right, man. Okay, Greg. You go do your cleanup thing, man.
All right. Kaylee, despite being high off your ass and really, really not liking the idea of stealing from a smuggler, you can't help but notice, like, wow, that's a really expensive stereo. Wow, that's a really expensive network box. Wow. Ivan's got some good real Russian vodka. This one just says Russia with an exclamation mark.
I like the
underline
situation. Yes.
Question, Gantu. How will money be made through this business, which involves a lot of investment and no financial transactions?
You see, that's an excellent question, Kaylee, and that's why you're on the payroll here. There's always the ability to go ahead and to sell product of a certain kind. Like we can change these things up. I mean, like right now they're fully free, but we're probably going to cater to a specific clientele, like the children of rich people is kind of what we're going to go for, who are likely to have an excess amount of spending money. And as you saw below, there were a lot of low quality drugs and alcohol and stuff. We're going to tick that up a bit. We're going to get some vendor contracts going. We're going to sell some higher stuff, higher end things. Obviously, we're going to mark it up because part of it is the ambiance and the atmosphere that they're thus paying for. And yeah, we're gonna do it that way. And then, I mean, advertising, of course, right? Because we're gonna have all sorts of various things that we're gonna be able to sort of plug, and we can drop little name recognition here and there, get them while they're on their little trips to be very susceptible to certain types of suggestion, like, hey, you want to buy this kind of jean, or this kind of car dealership sounds right for you when you hit 16. But we're going to have to work the margins a bit until I got to crunch the numbers. But I'm seeing lots of ideas.
And of course, they're children, and when people are inhibited, they tend to get hungry. So we'll feed them child food. Candy bars.
Candy bars.
Yes.
Right.
with a
I'm
markup,
expecting
of
Kaylee
course.
to say,
With
feed
a
them
markup.
children.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's the wrong order I'm normally used to, but
we're gonna have
All right.
vending. We're gonna have it's gonna be great. It's gonna. I got a vision for it.
So Ivan, give me a luck check, high or low.
We're going to name this one after Kaylee and say hi. Got the 25.
So that manhole cover that you guys moved a crate over, you notice it kind of thumps a little bit.
That's not cool. That's not cool at all. Let's see. I have a spell just for the situation.
Fireball.
Clairvoyance.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll just clairvoyance myself to see what's inside that thing. All right. Force is 4.
Watch him knock himself out.
I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be great. Everything's great. Oh, I did great, man.
Yeah, wow, you did great. Yeah, the case is actually just filled with like some cutting edge electronics stuff that Kaylee knew about might cause you potential problems. It's stuff that even hasn't hit the market yet. It's due for this holiday season. You got some stuff ahead of time. It's not what's in the case; it's beneath it.
Yes.
Your clairvoyance tells you that there is force of police. There's one guy up on a ladder. He's trying to open the manhole cover. And they're talking about, hey, there must be something here. This shouldn't be sealed. Go get the battering ram.
Oh shit. Kaylee Ganto is currently he's over there making him some coffee, but
He's having a communal shower with Greg, talking about their business opportunities.
you know, I've heard of communal shits before, but not the communal shower.
all that's next is communal shave, but I don't think Gantu will go.
Yeah.
So yes, the police are getting the battering ram to bust the manhole cover up so they can come in here.
Oh, fireball? Nope. No. Is there anything heavy we could put over top it?
There's already
There is
crate.
already a crate that's put over it, and it's keeping them from coming in. But Ivan Spell kind of listened into what they're talking about. The lead cop's like, "Hey, this shouldn't be blocked or stuck. Something's going on here. Go get the battering ram."
Invisible?
I mean, that or we run.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We could do that too, couldn't we? Yeah. Okay.
I do have to say though, this crate, it is full of next year's brand new Tamagotchi line.
Okay, so we grab some of the stuff in the crate and bolt.
I mean,
We should probably go first.
I don't want to steal from Greg. We're going into business until
Yeah.
I don't need him
Alright,
anymore,
alright,
and then
yeah.
I'll cut him loose. Okay.
All right, we run.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here. Let's go.
Sorry,
All right,
Greg.
yeah. Go down a flight of stairs, you guys. So like this is kind of in a loft area that Greg's turned into his like little playroom up here, and down below is like just what looks like a mile of crates that are all in little squares that all have numbers marked out very clearly. There's room for the forklifts to be able to easily get in and out and move crates around. You're looking around. There's a dim light, like a red, just a emergency light sort of thing. That's like the only light down here, but you can see where each of the gantry doors are that you can get out of. From this side, they've all got a simple open and close, arm that you throw up or down to open and close it. None of them appear to be alarmed on this end. Like if you open it from this end, you're fine. Might be alarmed on the other end.
You know what? Warehouse workers, they usually wear jumpsuits.
Yeah.
Ivan, you think about that. There are like worker like singlets, jumpsuits hanging on the wall, hard hats, bright orange hard hats. They've got names stenciled on the side.
I grab 3.
Okay.
Any dwarf size?
I look.
There's one close enough.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's one.
I'm pretty swole, so it's all good.
Yeah. He's got one big muscle right about here, right in the middle.
My pet. I mean, okay, yeah, I guess it's my abs. You're right. One giant ab.
It's a little tight across the chest.
He's got a 1-pack.
Everybody wants 6-packs. I just go for the keg.
That's where it's at. The core strength. Would run away.
Okay. So you put on the work suits and you open up the door. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, we don't need to run. We just play it like we're supposed to be here. You
open the doors. That was actually good thinking, Ivan, as docks don't close overnight. There's a lot of activity going on. There are machines gantrying off all kinds of cargo, loading and unloading boats. It is filled with people. There are drones flying around. You guys come out dressed properly, got your hats on. It's still kind of dark in this area. It looks like there's certain parts that are open overnight, certain parts in the day. So this is maybe the day side. Somebody coming by at the clipboard almost runs into you, Ivan. Just kind of looks up, just like not really, and just kind of sees your hat. It's like, oh, hey Sven, didn't think you were coming on until 6 this morning. Have a good shift.
Thank you.
Stops. As you don't sound like Sven.
I
Kind
don't.
of turns around. It's like, Sven?
Yes, the one and only sleep spell.
Go ahead, cast it.
This is the force of 5. On this is sleep a combat spell. Sleep is a combat spell that changes things.
What force are you casting it at?
The spell force is 5.
Oh, okay. Well, assuming you don't knock yourself out in casting, they fail any kind of save.
Got to do math. It's very tough. There we go. 3 successes and 6 to resist knocking myself out.
Okay, yeah, it goes down in a heap. Clipboard drops to the side. It's more of a digital clipboard, but same idea. It's the only person close to you. Meanwhile, back there, you hear the sound of like wood breaking, and you can clearly hear your host saying, "What the fuck, man? You were paid off." Do you know who my daddy is? Yeah, so you hear that from back there.
pick up the clipboard. Like, well, that's our cue. Let us matriculate ourselves out of here. Like, I'm not helping them.
You do the slow walk as you pretend to examine the clipboard as you head.
Yeah,
to
I'm
the
gonna do
fences.
like looking at it, and I'm be acting like I'm talking to Ivan and Kate and be like, see, I'm
Pointed
just gonna
things.
see it right up there.
Uh,
That's where the
yeah.
sky is. Okay,
I
And
see
Sven's
that.
apparently a popular
Hey.
guy because occasionally you do have people like not close to you, a little further off, like, "Hey, Sven, you're here early."
Just wave. I know not to
Late.
say hello this time.
Just nod and look at the clipboard.
Yep, that's the ground. That's the ground
Oh.
right there. Okay, there's some crates. Okay, there's some crates over there.
I've heard
So
they're
There's
made of
a,
wood.
there's a spot where there aren't any crates.
What?
Okay.
You're right. You know what
Yeah.
we should do is we should take those crates. I mean, we should do this, but we should talk about getting those crates over to that spot there. That would be great.
Absolutely.
Productive.
Awesome.
Looking
You
super-
guys are coming out of an area that is not really active yet, so there's not a lot of people you have to interact with, and the people that do see you from a distance, you're wearing the right uniform, you're looking down like you're doing work, nobody bothers you. You make it to the gates, you're like into the parking lot. There's a number of cars here. City is a little bit to the north and east, so you took the sewers down to essentially wharf side, so you got to go in to the city a little bit, but yeah, you're out. Nobody seems to be the wiser, so you're in the company parking lot. What do you want to do?
I mean, we could steal the car and go into town. Or we could follow the coast for a while, find a boat, steal a boat, and then take that back to Seattle.
Don't we need to hang around, get our stuff and everything?
You were
Kevin?
right. I forgot that.
Well, it's all digital anyway, so
Oh,
Oh, okay.
the only
So-
thing we'll need is the gold.
Right. Which is back at the hotel with what's his name? Okay. My friend.
Right.
yeah.
Twitchy.
It's twitchy.
Okay. Yeah, why don't we go ahead and get that gold? How much time before our identities are ready? Like how much time did we kill at that party?
A long time. You guys were enjoying yourselves for quite a bit. You've got maybe like only 2 hours before dawn. And then for the 24 to be over with, probably another 8 hours past that, and you're good.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's loiter in the parking lot till we see someone show up.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they go inside, we take their car. Because they won't be reporting it stolen for at least 8 hours, maybe 4 hours if they take a lunch break in their car.
That's a good point. Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
If you
You can
cast
still
sleep on
guard.
them first, we can get their keys easily.
Well, or if we want to draw less attention, you just hotwire it.
I can do that, I think. I was once electrified by a car battery.
If you have electronics, because all the cars, locks, and everything are electronic, you can do it. If not, you can default to computer. It's just a little harder.
I've actually got electronics. Go me.
There you go. Give me a roll. What do you pick? Just some inconspicuous car?
Really, the first thing that looks like a working stiff gets out of it, basically.
Okay.
What's the target number for this?
3.
All right.
Standard.
And has Dawn hit yet?
Not yet.
Okay, good. 2.
2 successes. Easy enough. Off the shelf security. You get through it in no time flat. It's a nice little sedan. Got good back seats, nice trunk, a lot of metal around you. Feel secure with it. Kaylee, of course, will not be the one driving as she is blind.
I have a half-hour lag, or half-second lag between myself and my pan, which makes shooting guns and playing air hockey a little difficult.
And Ivan has drank a lot of
Gentu's
different.
got this.
Yeah.
You got this.
I do have skills in ground vehicles. So yeah.
Yeah, when we get there, Sven
Okay.
can get the Ivan can get the gold.
Yeah.
So you guys hotwire a car and you drive back into town. And the idea is you're going back to that tenement and where Twitchy's staying to pick up your gold and anything else you left, and then just get away, get out.
Yes.
That's the plan. Okay,
Smooth
so
sailing.
probably the last luck check of the night, Kaylee.
Oh boy.
High or low? Make me a luck check.
I'm gonna go with low this time. Oh, for God's sake.
Okay. You get to the tenement, and there is an active crime scene there. Police are out. This crime tape up. You see a couple of bodies on the ground. Look like, just street thugs might have come through here. Not quite sure that they're still carting the bodies off. But you see Twitch, nothing but his skivvies. The thing you always see on that cop show. He's being let out with no shirt on, and he's just cursing at everybody. He's all beat up already. They got cuffs on him, and they're escorting him out. He's got blood all over his hands. Looks like he's probably killed one or two of these gangbangers that are dead on the porch here. Leading him into a car.
Well, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself and go get our gold.
Go ahead, cast it. You got to just punches down in the driver's seat a little bit as you slow.
So Twitchy can't see
it. You hear this old lady who is on the first floor. She's one of your neighbors saying these gangbangers just trying to come in and steal me, and this half naked guy comes down and starts beating them up in front of me. My child's gonna be scarred for life. He's like, so he was trying to help you, ma'am. That's not the point. He killed 2 people in front of my kid.
Yeah, that sounds like Twitch.
Yeah. I do good. 3
You do good.
success.
All right. Lucky, it looks like Twitchy came down to start the conflict. So
Yes.
there's no police keeping anyone out of the upper floors. So yeah, you get to the upper floors, grab your case of gold, and anything else that you left behind, perhaps. Did you ever take a sanitize spell by any chance?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Fire
They- they'll
I'm not
smell me.
saying that means
Yeah.
anything. I'm just asking.
Yeah, no, I did not.
Okay. All right. So you pull down everything and you're able to just slow walk it through the police lines. Yeah, they've got Twitchy in the back of a car. One of the guys is like, this guy's pretty beaten up. I think he might die in the back of the car. I mean, it's like, give it 10 minutes and either call the paramedics or call the body wagon.
I'll tell you,
Whichever
I still have my invisibility. I'll just go over there and drop Twitchy a knife. Or
Okay. Either help him or convict him. Just depends.
one or the other. If he goes after the police and they gun him down, at least it's not the witness.
Nice. All right. Get back in the car and you just slowly pull away from the crime scene. Let's just fast forward it some. I suppose you guys drive far enough away. You grab a diner, maybe get some breakfast, something with a connection. Kaylee, time's up. 24 hours. You log in.
I will do that net address.
Okay. There's a whole bunch of data there. You each have not only system identification numbers, your SINs, you got passports. You download a whole bunch of flights to varying places. You can just choose which one you're going to get on. They're all at the same time, though. They're all going to go out at about between 2 and 3 this afternoon. So it's a pretty quick turnaround for you to get to an airport and choose where you want to go. Looking at the backstories, pretty interesting. These are complete. You're looking, just quick look through each one. It's got records all the way from birth, and it's pretty random, like a real person would be. Like Ivan has a jail record. He was born in Russia. He's racketeering, doing a little drug peddling.
Wait,
He
I
was
thought these were
convicted. He
supposed to
did
be
his
new
time.
identities.
Did his time. He's now a UCAS citizen with a clean record outside of a few auto incidents. And apparently he's got a summons on his record that he's got to do something with. Gantu's very similar. It's like it's very good. Like they didn't just give a very easy backstory. Like you have crap that happened in the past that makes for a good backfill. Kaylee, same with yours. Although just to cover all bases, it does actually give you all your medical history of when you contracted ghoulism and how, which doesn't correspond to how you actually did, but it's in your medical records.
Spiffy. The attention to detail is professional.
Yeah. And from what you can tell, looking at them, Kaylee, I mean, these aren't forgeries. These are real. So they've likely gotten an identity of someone who is no longer living, and they cleaned up the last part of that, or they're good enough that they could just create from whole cloth an existence that you can do all the checking you want to, and it will show that this person is a living person. These are really good. These are like Black Ops good.
Beautiful. All of everything about it. All the security markers are legitimate. All the information, no signs of tampering. I think we are sinfully invisible.
They all come with bank accounts too. You have bank accounts tied to the sins. If you want to check them, they all have a good amount of money in them. They're all different amounts to, again, allay suspicion. But altogether, I mean, you guys have more than 1 million new yen in those accounts.
And we'll have even more soon.
Yep. And all of it, falling within the jobs that it says that you've currently held. It's within what someone in that job would make. They're decent jobs. Gantu is a businessman, an entrepreneur.
Indeed. Future underground club franchisor extraordinaire. Something like that.
He markets to the kids. He will take
Yep.
your kids' money.
I will take the money of rich people's children.
Spoiled children.
Yeah.
Yes, they're the best. They have more to squeeze.
They've got the most amount of money. It's a noble profession taken away from them.
Ivan's background's got a very sketchy connection to the mafia, but he's clean since he's come to the UCAS.
Okay.
Okay, so the next thing is, where do you want to go? You have a number of plane tickets to choose from, all departing at the same time, just in case someone was following this trail.
Where are we going?
Not Seattle.
Not Seattle.
Not the Caribbean.
No.
Yep.
Probably shouldn't go back to Detroit. Shouldn't be anywhere we've been before.
Okay. So one of the ones that stick out is California Free, Cal Free. You've got identifications that will get you in through there because it is not part of the UCAS. It's a place you haven't gone. So that one kind of sticks out. But you do have flights to Detroit. You've got Seattle. You've got basically all across the UCAS.
I'm good
good
with
for
California.
Nothing going to the Native American nations.
Cal
Those are
Free,
harder
let's
to
do
get.
it.
I'll take a flight to Seattle and then to Cal Free.
Yeah, you've got enough passes. You can change some flights around to do that. Certainly.
Why are we swinging by California or Seattle?
I'm just doing that to keep a dwarf, a Russian criminal, and a ghoulism elf off of the same flight records.
That's smart.
Hmm.
That's smart.
Yep.
Okay. I do the same. Like I go somewhere else and then I
But don't go to Seattle and then Cal Free. It's not going
I
to work.
said
if we both
somewhere
do.
else. I said somewhere else. I said
Oh, all right. I got you. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll just take the direct flight.
Okay. The other thing is the Gantu. There was a data drop in there for you specifically. Just reading through it. If you choose any of the different places, they got you a place to stay at. If you chose Calfree in particular, Gantu might get a smile to his face on this. There's actually a business registered to your new identity. It is a dance club.
Oh, baby. Yeah. Okay. Does it have a name? Right.
Doesn't. It's currently foreclosed, but your new sin has recently acquired it. All the
Okay.
paperwork's been filed.
Oh man, starting over so fun. I like it. You start over new business, and you learn from all the mistakes you made the last time around. Oh man, this is gonna be the best. I'm gonna take so much money from them kids. Oh man, it's gonna be great. All right.
All right, so you're all wind back out at Cal Free, and that's where we'll pick up the next story arc from this. So I'm gonna do a little bit of researching into the fun stuff that happens in Cal Free because it is an interesting place. It is outside of the UCAS, and they've got their own thing going on. And we'll jump forward in time just a little bit. We'll actually jump forward in time to election night is what we'll do because yes, you guys got away scot-free.
Sweet.
I could handle that. Yes.
At least unless your DNA gets left in certain crime scenes that make it into databases, they get tracked back. Until that happens,
How could that possibly
It
happen?
would never
Yeah.
happen.
I don't see. That's unrealistic.
excuse me. That's why I asked about that spell. So there is a spell in Shadowrun that is basically a forensics cleaning spell that gets rid of any DNA on the scene.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't have that. My version of that spell is just fireball.
Fireball. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
All right, so we're a little early tonight, but we'll end it there with your new life, with new names, Cal Free.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Jeff, what's the lollygaggers got going on?
Oh man, tomorrow night we've got some Holler for Savage Worlds. You can catch Chuck and Bert in that game. Tuesday, Steven is running some Haunted West for us, starting up part 3 of his Haunted West campaign. Chuck's going to be joining us for this arc. And then Friday, we are doing a new game. We're doing a little special holiday stuff for the next 2 weeks on Fridays. We're going to be doing some Regency Cthulhu, which is a new Jane Austen sort of setting for Call of Cthulhu. So we're going to do that for about 2 weeks. And then on Saturday, we'll be doing our usual One Ring 2nd edition, continuing our campaign where, man, it's just so much drama this past week. So much drama. And Steven, of course, is at the heart of it. So.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Yep.
Once a cop. Once a cop, always a cop and a troublemaker.
Such
I
a
tell you.
drama.
You're
man.
never really an ex-cop.
Chuck, what do the defenders have going on?
Yeah, currently we're scheduled for Wednesday. We're going to be wrapping Alien All Fear the Ishtar Chapter 1. Jeff and Bert are in that. Thursday, I need to check. I think I might be scheduled for Watercolors and Warriors Crew doing some Tales from the Loop. Friday, finally, hopefully we'll be wrapping Dead Sun so I can finally hand it back over to Joe. Because I was supposed to do that like at the beginning of November. Saturday is a doubleheader, 1 p.m. over on Grim and Let's Plays. We're going to be rocking out some Tales from the Loop or Through the Hedgerows campaign. Jeff will be there for that. And Saturday night, Bert, Jake, and I will be over on Goodman Games. I'll let you talk about what we're doing there, Bert.
Sounds good. And Kaylee is part of the Defenders crew. So do you have anything yourself?
No, I mean, Defenders of Kobold, Steam, Steel, and Murder, Goodman Games, Lollygaggers, Grim and Perilous.
All those keywords.
All the hashtags aplenty.
All right. Well, the thing that I'd like to announce is there's currently running a Kickstarter that has funded. But we have stretch goals to reach and a few other cool things there. If you like pulp RPGs, check it out. Dicey Tales Volume 2. The work is done. As soon as the Kickstarter ends and Kickstarter delivers the funds, PDFs will go out. We're going to give a little time for folks to look it over to see anything that we possibly have missed before we turn it over to print on demand at drive-thru to get physical copies of the book. So turnaround will be fast. But guys, check it out if you like pulp at all and the many genres that pulp can be part of. We wish to do them all. The funding for this will go into making a zine probably every other month or so, filled with all kinds of genres and adventures in different factions of pulp. So check that out. As far as the stream this Tuesday is our normal Dungeons and Dragons stream. We are playing through Greyhawk Wars, a board game that is going to be used to set up the conditions as we go into second edition Dungeons and Dragons, playing in Greyhawk, that we will be going into after this. So we're kind of using Greyhawk Wars as the setup for our new campaign. That's Tuesday. Friday is BX Dungeons and Dragons. Saturday on the official Goodwood Games channel, we will be doing Weird Frontiers, a horror western using the DCC system. It should be a lot of fun. So, guys, there's a big week of programming coming up. Hopefully, you will join us for that. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
Goodbye,
everybody.
everybody.